Okay, we're here. We just recorded 45 minutes of a podcast and my microphone was on mute.
We're going to shake it off. We're going to shake it off.
Do we tell the story of how we met again? I don't know.
I think we kind of have to.
I think so too.
Shame.
I think they need context.
Yeah.
We might not come off as like naturally
Trolls.
witty as we did before, but
Funny, stunning,
like
gorgeous.
we might not come off as intelligent and sober as we did before. Just kidding. Okay. Caroline is here. And we just recorded 45 minutes of a podcast episode, but we were going to do a part 2 anyway. And we're getting dinner with our boyfriends after this. So it's fine, you know?
Yeah.
However, you did just miss out on an hour.
It was a great combo.
But what we were about to say is that we're friends outside of like social media world. So we will podcast again. And whatever we spoke about last time, we will speak about again. So I'm sorry. We could go on 20,000 tangents.
I know.
So it's fine. But we'll give you a quick context again about how we met outside of social media.
Yeah.
So 3 years ago, it was pandemic times, and we've already confirmed that no one likes talking about the P word, but it is, it's pertinent to the conversation. So 3 years ago, we were socially distanced in my hometown because I went to high school with Caroline's boyfriend, Jack.
Yes.
I am dating Ethan, who also went to our high school. The three of us are friends from high school. So we're all hanging out in a backyard for a birthday during the pandemic. Caroline was there with her boyfriend, Jack, because she decided to live with his family for 8 months.
That was not a decision. That was not a decision. I was in fact trapped, but they were so good to me.
Wait, I'm realizing that's actually what we first...
I was probably like, Jen, save me.
No,
like,
I think I loved that though, because I could tell instantly you were a girl's girl, because that's how I am. We're like, I wouldn't be like, oh, it's great. Everything's fine. It's like, we were instantly like, I was like, so tell me, are you actually okay?
And like, was I okay?
No, you actually had, it could have been worse.
100%. And like, his family's the best, but it's like, we had only been dating for like 4 months really leading up to that. I met his parents once at Yom Kippur also.
That's crazy.
Like, if you don't know what Yom Kippur is, like, it's a fasting holiday. And I was like, hey guys, and like everyone's like in the worst mood ever.
You're like, this is really toxic.
I was like, I'm starving, but not great. But no, I ended up, I went there for a weekend. Everyone went away for a weekend, that first weekend of the pandemic. And then it became very apparent that I couldn't leave.
So the second I met you, I was like, oh, like, what's the deal? You're like, yeah, I'm living with his family. It was not intentional. And then instantly we were just like girl chat. And then it was like, oh, you do PR too? I do PR for vibrators. And it was like girl chat.
Yeah.
It was like immediately we just knew we were friends.
Well, it's like, it's tough. I always feel like it's hard, like at this age when you meet someone that you connect with that you don't necessarily have like a direct connection to. Sometimes I get a little shy about like, no, not shy in the first meeting, but about like the follow-up, about like the let's get drinks. It's like, I tend to like.
You texted me.
Did I? Oh my God, good for me.
You said, let's be city friends.
Yes.
Because I think I had just after that moved back into the city from living at home.
Did you live with Ethan's family? Oh no, you have your own fucking family.
We live 5 minutes away.
Okay. That's nice.
But I kind of also did. I would like escape my house a lot and just be at Ethan's for like a week. I was like going back and forth.
Yeah.
But like for the first few months when we didn't, or not few months, it felt like months. For the first few weeks. Wait, we're talking about the pandemic again.
I know.
Literally, who cares?
Oh my God. And we were literally just saying to each other, like, when people talk about the pandemic, like in like popular media, or like when there's like, when they reference it in like a movie, I get so annoyed.
No,
and
we have to stop
doing it.
I'm getting the ick. I'm getting the ick.
I know. But I feel like it's essential to how we know each other.
It is, but then we started getting into where were you during the pandemic? No, we're done. No, but we were talking about how you're shy with the follow-up.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that.
No, it's just like, I don't know. It's the scarcity mindset, like with friends and stuff, where it's like you look at someone, especially like someone who has a social media presence like you, and I didn't at the time. Like I'm like fresh. I'm like a year into
I'm still fresh.
I feel like I look at you like a seasoned vet.
I'm seasoned, but I'm not there yet.
No one ever feels like they're there.
I guess you're right.
You know?
We spoke about this on the last podcast that I'm on my period, so we're in self-critique mode. However, if she comes to podcast when I'm ovulating, I will be confident.
Yes, she'll be the moment. But like, I mean, social media, you inherently have imposter syndrome at every single phase because 'cause you're always wondering, "Am I worthy?" You're always wondering, like,
Why me or why not
Was
me?
this a fluke when something goes viral?" Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're
Like,
constantly
I think
questioning.
literally the first thing I said to you when you were like, "Oh my god, you just jumped up like 20,000 followers." I'm like, "Yeah, but they're all gonna leave."
I could not believe you said that.
So it's funny, you posted a TikTok, like, hysterically crying over, like, your first YouTube brand
Yes,
deal.
yes.
I have trouble celebrating small wins clearly, and you are the opposite.
It's just you gotta have something to hold on to, oh my god.
But that's
Like,
what I'm realizing the difference is.
yeah. But also, I'm still okay, you've been at this for a while, and I'm still so new where, like, every single and I'm not saying that you're jaded because you're not, you're very appreciative, but, like, it all feels so fresh to me that, like, when every single opportunity comes along, I dead ass can't believe it. Like,
Okay,
you know?
I guess it all happened so quick for you too,
I guess.
where for me, I've been doing it for so long that I'm like, I really thought at this point I'd be
X.
yeah.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Or
100%.
like, yeah, I guess that like I've already had the firsts not really,
Yes!
but not really.
I mean,
Like there's so many more firsts to come that
I
I'm waiting
know.
on. Anyway.
And I feel like we're so desensitized to what a number is. Oh my god.
Well, I guess that's what we were kind of saying was like going back to that example of like, "Oh my god, you just blew up." Like for me, it was just a number and no one it's like I want the engaged community and without that, I don't really care what the number is.
Yeah, and that's such a, like, I mean, that's such a healthy way to look at it. Because I feel like so many people are, like, number hungry and, like, don't necessarily give a shit about their community.
Which
And
I you can smell it.
you can fucking
Oh,
sniff it,
like
100%.
unfollow immediately
It's
for
like,
me.
oh, you know what's crazy to me is, like, when I see a video that, like, okay, I understand when things go viral, you can't possibly respond to every comment,
Mm-mm.
like, that's just not feasible. But I don't know, when I see a video that's, like, gaining some traction, it's not unmanageable, there's maybe, like, 10 comments of people asking serious questions.
Mm.
What like, tell them where your sunglasses are from,
Well, especially like now it's your full-time job, girl. Like if
right?
you're that big, it's your
Oh,
full
totally.
are you looking to do content full-time or is this like hobby side hustle?
I have breakdowns about this every single day, Jen. Oh my god,
Why?
I literally in the vlog that I am posting tomorrow am crying about this
Wait, why are you crying?
because it's
Oh,
okay.
this is Jen 1 year ago. I feel it
It's
coming.
yes, it's the catch-22 of, like, I love the stability of working my full-time job. I love feeling really fun and flirty about content because, like, if it all goes to shit, who cares? That's not my income. Like, I can and I feel like I would like to remain doing this where I can confidently say every single brand deal that I take, I don't need to take it. I only take it when it's like, "Oh, I've been using this brand for years."
Mhm.
So, I would hate to, like, get to the scarcity mindset of it, like,
Desperate.
being my full income, and I feel like God willing, like, opportunities come my way, I feel like I have to take it, even if it's not aligned.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If it was your full-time job, do you think you would be fully fulfilled by just filming not just, you know what I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, no,
by
totally.
only creating content, or do you kind of enjoy pouring into something that, like, where not only is everything not on the line for you because it's someone else's company, but also, like,
Totally.
you're flexing a different muscle, I find, in a full-time job.
Yes. I don't know if I would ever feel 100% fulfilled, and also, I know I need to not care about what anyone else thinks, but it's so often you see content creators who are relatable,
I
and
knew you were gonna say that.
they're getting ready to go to work, they're getting ready to go somewhere, it's like, "Wait, you're getting ready to go to Pilates and, like, come back home and, like," you know? It's like I'm not the and I know those people work so effing hard, but I just
You're
fear that the relationship that I have with my audience would shift where they'd be like, "Oh, sick." You know? Like, "This
yes,
is your day in the life?"
however, there's such a middle ground that no one realizes. It doesn't have to be full-time or nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I left my full-time PR
Right.
job because I hated it, and I wanted to have more time to pour into YouTube, but I was still working at Rumble, like, I was
Yeah.
doing freelance. Like, you can still work in other capacities where it's not just filming TikToks and YouTube videos, but you're making an income in other ways, but you also have to enjoy that flexibility and be able to manage your own schedule, which, like, I kind of thrive in that situation, but then I was taking on way too much.
Totally, 'cause it's like I mean, not that you felt like you had to, but, like, when opportunities come your way, you're like, "I can make room for this," but it's like, "Can I?"
But, like, you need to financially, But what's funny is I'm actually spending more now because I have to hire editors and whatnot because 'cause I'm working full time.
Funny.
I'm spending more now, and if I didn't see that my job now was actually serving my future and, like,
I feel like you're
fueling
learning
me,
so much that you are I mean, I'm already seeing, like, quality.
there's a purpose in this
Totally.
job. It's not where, like, the PR just was, like, not fulfilling me in any capacity.
Yeah.
So knowing that it's fueling me in a different way makes it worth it, but financially, like, I'm actually spending more now, which is crazy,
Funny.
like, unexpected.
Huh. Well, I feel like also people might not realize, and we talked about this in the woulda, coulda, shoulda episode,
Can
but
we not bring it up?
I know, never again. But I'm so sorry. But so I work in influencer marketing at an agency full time and have for like 4 years. And I've been working with creators long before I even consider creating content. So
Yeah,
it's like in a lot of ways, what I do does ladder up to content creation because I'm just so deep in it in the industry where like I'm seeing what other people are doing and also like I mean, I have a manager now, which I'm so grateful for, but
you do?
yeah.
Congratulations, I had no clue.
Thank you.
Wait, that's kinda crazy.
I know.
Why did we make that decision? Did she reach out to you?
I actually reached out to her.
Good for you.
She's someone that I'd worked with at my agency actually,
Okay.
and I knew she's a tough cookie. She's like a hard ass.
You wanted to be making more money from your brand deals, so you
I It's not necessarily making more money, it's that I being on top of 2 really buzzy inboxes was cutting into my mental health.
100%.
I was, like, constantly worried about things falling through the cracks on either end, and I needed to not be fucking up my relationships with brands, of, like, not responding for days on end when they need something.
Yo, even I do that, and I'm way smaller and, like, don't like, I will not answer people.
Sometimes it just makes me really anxious, and I kind of,
I keep it on red. Like,
oh,
because
yeah.
it's making me anxious, and then one motivated day, I'm going through
Yes. Yes, oh my god,
I'm
this is
like,
me.
"Sorry for the delay." A month
No, me
later, they're like,
too!
"This campaign's over."
No, they're like, "But thank you so much for
I'm like,
that."
"I didn't
Like
even know this cool ass brand reached out to me."
totally, and so I was feeling that
Yeah,
pattern happening over and over again. I was like, "This is not sustainable for my mental health." I know I'm, like, being up for these deals that I want to do, I'm just not getting them because I'm not responding in a timely fashion.
yeah.
So I ended up reaching out to her, and it's been really nice. Like, I mean, I do miss having the personal relationship with the
You still
brands.
can once it's like once the deal is done or you're going to the
Yeah,
event or whatever it is, like, you can show up and make that personal connection.
totally, but also, I feel like in with the brands that I do have a personal connection with, you do see those benefits, like, they will want to work with you again,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. This is so crazy. You're like influencer.
We're doing
Like, we
it.
have a manager.
I'm like,
You guys.
I can't believe you didn't know. Well, I just assume, like
Why would
I
I
mean, it's
know?
like
Did you post about it?
it's in my bio, like
I don't
yeah,
know.
but, like, I don't expect you to be, like, checking on my bio.
Yeah, I'm not like
Yeah, no, I
I'm
know.
checking on your content, don't get
Yes.
me wrong,
Oh, likewise.
but I'm not, like, checking on
No.
whether you got a manager.
No, 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 no. But it's also nice
But
because,
as
like
a friend, I'm shocked I didn't know.
yeah,
I don't know, I feel like I, like, would have
yeah.
gotten that update.
I know. Well, it's like it's a very humble line, and I'm sure
Totally.
you feel this more than anyone, where it's like sometimes with social media, it's a bunch of small wins. It's never one big win.
It's a bunch of small wins, it's never one big win, unless you're
Have like a crazy growth moment.
like Alex Earl,
Right,
which
exactly.
is so rare, that's why it's, like,
And
an
that's why it's
example.
getting so much
Yes.
traction.
Yes.
But I want to share my small wins with like my friends, and I never feel weird about it with Jack, but it's can very easily be perceived as bragging,
Mhm.
where it's like, "Oh my god, I just got this deal," and it's like side eye.
I always preface it. I'm always well, I'll voice note, like, my best friend
Yeah,
and be like, "I just have to tell you, I" and I'll literally say, "I am not bragging in the slightest, but, like, this is so cool, isn't it?" And
totally.
then they'll say, like, "I'm so proud of you." But it is a fine line. I feel like we always feel that way in any not even, like, if you're an influencer or not. It's,
Yeah,
like,
in any
in
career.
general. It's, like, you feel weird being like although I wouldn't feel weird saying I got a promotion.
I know, why does it feel so like such a dirty word when I'm sharing like
Well, influencer seems like a dirty word too now.
100%? I know people are starting to like say creator, which like I think is really, really sweet because you are creating content, but like I don't feel bad calling myself an influencer. I don't think we should.
I think that's why that phase where when you don't have a following yet is so
Uncomfortable.
uncomfortable because it looks like you're trying to, and because
'Cause
you
you
are,
are.
but what
God
is so
forbid someone try to do something.
what's so bad about that?
I
Well,
hate
it is
I
icky when the intention's wrong, I will say.
Right.
If I didn't have a clear intention and why and, like, want a community and it was, like, clearly, like, you know,
Money
when you
grab.
see someone money grab or also just, like, I want attention, and
But
yes, we want
oh,
attention,
yeah, I mean, there's an attention whore in
of
every single
course.
person. By the way, there's a former theater kid in every single content creator,
Are you a
I
former
think.
theater kid?
I mean, like, not a good one,
Oh, but
but
I'm fully do you know this about me?
No!
I'm a childhood actress.
Jen!
I was in a Verizon commercial.
I'm
Jack
freaking
knows this. In middle school, I was, like, in a Verizon commercial, and everyone would come up and my line was like, "You wouldn't," and everyone would say it to me, and I would have a panic attack.
oh my god, I'm freaking out.
I was, like, in theater, all the things.
See,
So
that's
it's funny you
probably
said that.
yeah, well, I think it really is true for most people because, okay, there is a certain, like not everyone can tell a story and have it be interesting.
Right?
There has to be a certain kind of, like,
But
charisma.
that's your thing, though. That's what I was saying on the other podcast.
Shake it off, baby, shake it off.
I was saying you have the gift of the gab where, like, you can just be taking your makeup off, and I was saying you and your best friend Sophia, because 'cause
Yeah.
I've met her, both have this gift of, like, having a hot take on, like, a random thing that happened where, like, you just dropped your floss, like, you have a hot take on that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean yeah, well, it's like I enjoy conversation. I think it's also because I'm an extreme extrovert, and I get my energy from, like, being around other people and having social interactions, whereas, like, other people find it really draining.
Do you still need to refuel? Like, do you ever find yourself needing alone time or no?
Mm,
I that's so crazy. I thought every extrovert, because I always say,
I
like,
recharge alone for sure.
"But you don't feel like I need this."
I don't feel like, depleted, but
No, me neither.
I feel very comfortable being like, "I just wanna be with myself right now."
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I just, like, love alone time as much as I love friend time.
Yeah, no, me too.
Okay.
I appreciate I I appreciate them both, but I feel like okay, for instance, I was filming, like, a YouTube vlog the other day, and it's wild when you can watch back and just see your mood completely
I
shift.
always think about
You
this.
realize so many things about yourself. Like, it's really gnarly to watch yourself from the outside and, like, perceive yourself.
Like, Monday of the vlog, I was thriving.
Yes.
Tuesday, all of a sudden, I'm like, "I'm so tired." You know?
There was a one period of time when I was really just starting to clear okay, I'm on Clearstem, which is a hormonal acne supplement, and I had a really crazy purge period where I used to only have acne on my chin, and then it was, like, all up in my cheeks, and day by day, you're just watching me get worse in this vlog. Like, week in my life is, like, actually the weekend of hell, like,
Uh,
day by day.
yeah.
But what I was gonna say is I had, like, I was, like, really low energy, then I had a coffee meeting for, like, work, and I was like, "Ah," like, my, like, heart opened, like, I just, like I needed it.
So that's how I am after podcasting and after getting coffee with creators. Like,
Mhm.
those 2 things, I am just so inspired and feel, like, so myself and fueled from both things.
I know.
And it's, like, important to take stock on that because going back to, like, you can tell people's intentions, right? So, like,
Yeah.
people like me and you who are the former theater kids, like,
Ah,
get fueled by, like, the performative connecting with others
yeah.
aspect of it, and then there are other people who you might just not grow because it maybe feels, like, self-serving? I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah.
Can we go back to the consultation we were gonna do?
Yeah. No, 100%. Well, we were trying okay, we're just saying to one another, like, it's so easy to look at someone else and be like, "Oh, you could be doing X, Y, and Z," but when it's you it's very easy to feel stuck. Or, like, not I don't know, like, I don't wanna put words in your mouth,
No,
but,
like,
like
even not even it doesn't have to be so extreme as, like, a creative rut, but just not seeing someone's, like, like, you
potential.
don't see potential, the it factor, what's working, what's not, like, what does someone else see when they see your content? What do they love? And most often, it's something that, like, I didn't realize, and I just find it, like, fascinating. Or, like, we were talking about the concept of, like, going live, which we are now.
Yeah, we're currently live.
Um, and I was just saying, I feel like for you, it's more organic because you're getting ready, you're going out, you're a makeup girly, so all your community likes to talk about makeup.
Right.
I'm not I'm like a gym like, I'm not putting on makeup to go to the gym, and I'm not going live at 6:30 AM before I go to the gym, like, it just doesn't feel as organic, so I was like, "Caroline, what do I do?"
It's just like everything can be a moment, and it's the most mundane shit. It's the shit that, like, you think no one cares about is what people care about, and you and I were saying to one another, like, I posted a vlog on YouTube that was just, like, 2 days working at home where I literally didn't leave the house, and people eat that shit up.
Yep.
Like,
No, but I do.
the
Like,
nothingness.
I will watch a creator every day make their same iced coffee and talk to the camera, but then when they go on a trip, I don't tune in.
I'm disillusioned, like, I don't care.
Don't tune in. But then also it's like when you're starting on YouTube or you don't have, like, a huge audience yet, it's like you shouldn't be vlogging because no one cares yet.
Why do people say that?
I get it. You have an audience from TikTok, so you're able to tell them, "Hey, I'm on YouTube now," and
Like,
that's why
come through.
you are immediately like, "Oh my god, everyone's commenting and so nice," because, like, they love you already. When you have nothing and start on YouTube,
It's a tough platform to start
that
on.
was me,
I'm in awe.
right after college, and it wasn't, like, a cool thing to do yet.
No,
It's still people make fun of you, but, like, now I feel like everyone and their mother is a content creator, even if they're an artist or have a business, it's like everyone's creating
totally, it's
content.
become very normalized, but, like, you got in when it was not.
Right, so then my period self is like, "So, hello, I've been at this for 4 years. Community, come through.
Yeah,
Welcome back to our"
but you do, like, I literally every time I open your YouTube videos, the comments are like, "Jen, like, I'm rooting." Oh my there's this one chick who's, like, ready she's like, she rides
Randy?
for you.
Randy?
I don't know her name.
There are a few girls that, like, will watch every video and it's the best thing ever, and it's just like, you want more of it,
I
and
know.
not in a self-serving way at
No,
all, because if someone wrote, "You look so pretty," versus someone said, "Oh my god, I so
this
resonate,"
resonated, yeah.
so different,
Well, it's like you want to feel like all of your output is, like is worth it.
and I don't even care about financially.
I'm so not money driven,
It's a problem.
which is a problem.
It's
It's
a
a problem
problem for me
in a
too.
really big way where it's like,
It's a problem, but then I'm finally starting to get brand deals and I need the money, and it's like, I'll accept them, and then the thought of fitting it into my schedule, this is so not relatable, but
it's
I'm just
okay.
saying. It's
Yeah.
like it's a I have an issue with taking on too much, but there's nothing I want to stop, and it sucks, and it's like,
Well, you started outsourcing, like, you have like, you're having help with editing now, which I think is a really good.
need it, but it's also expensive. Not everyone, like, has the like, I don't have the means to do it, but I'm doing it anyway because I believe in myself so much that I think like, I just tell myself one day it's gonna come back tenfold.
100%.
But it's really hard. I think a lot of people can relate to, like, some days it's just hard to see it. And most days you're believing in yourself and you're loving it and you don't care. And
Yeah.
then some days when you're getting your period, it's hard to see it.
Yeah,
And you compare yourself.
or, like, it's not even, like, comments from strangers, like, really don't bring me down, but
Me
it's,
neither.
like, the judgment from, like, not, like,
Say
friends.
it.
Well, yeah, it's, like, I know when I first started creating content, like, "What? You think those shares is because, like, hey, I found this so valuable?" I know what those shares are, I'm not fucking stupid.
Look what she's doing.
Yeah,
I
like,
thought the
she
same
thinks
thing.
she's blah, 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 like
You were prepared though, because I was the same with YouTube when I posted my first video. All I'm so lucky to say that all of my best friends and family so supportive from day one that I never had to feel like anyone close to me was making fun of me.
that's good.
But I knew when I posted like the first Instagram story promoting my YouTube channel that all of the shares were people from high school
Oh,
putting it in
yeah.
the group chats.
Yes.
Like 100%.
No, 100%, and but even so, like, sometimes, like, I'll post something and, like, even sometimes, like, my friends will text me and be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you just posted that."
Ick. I'm like
Like
trying not to get you in trouble because we're on
yeah,
live, but like I don't love that.
yeah. I mean,
Do you
like
ever take stock? Not to, like, make you
no, I
get rid of
do.
your friends, but, like, do you ever sit and journal on, like, who drains my energy and makes me anxious and who makes me feel like my best self when I'm with them?
I
I've
haven't done
I've
that.
done it before when I felt like I had to, like, trim the fat,
Mm,
where I was like, I am hanging I had a phase where you actually probably remember this. I used to, like, bring out my Google Calendar everywhere I went and been like, "Oh, you want a double date? You want plans? Let's make it now." Like,
yeah.
I had a phase where I had plans, like I was booked, like, plans all the time to because I felt obligated with certain friends,
Mm,
like, they're making me feel guilty that I'm not free enough for them or I haven't seen them, like, I felt so guilty that I would be constantly making plans with, like, random people who wanted to see me.
I can't stand that.
It got to a point where I was like, "This person is making me anxious that I have to see them. Why am I giving the time?"
And why am I resisting?
Right.
Why don't I wanna go? Like, that says so
So
much.
I'm not in that space anymore. I, like, trimmed the fat, so to speak, but it
Yeah.
is, like, a good exercise, and it's hard, though, like, friendship breakups are also, like especially when you're, like, in the same group of friends, it's like you can't really like, yes, okay, this person makes me anxious and not feel good about myself, but now what?
Yeah. And I feel like I had a lot of that, like, in college, where, like, I had such a big college friend group, like, there were some people in it that, like, I know I know they're the people who are sending my TikToks. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, who
100%.
just, like,
You know,
they're never gonna ride, and, like, I'm not like, I'm sorry, like, you don't need to come to my birthday dinner just because you were in
in
my
the
gr in
group.
my group chat in college. Like, do you really are we really like, let's be so for real, like, are we texting one-on-one? We're not.
Does it still get to you? Like, we were talking about how what is it, April? So a year ago, I think it was Ethan's last birthday, maybe 2. I think it was 1 year ago.
Yeah.
Caroline started to first, like, really gain traction on TikTok and, like, was killing it, and she came to Ethan's birthday, it was, like, at a bar, and then she left early or not early, you left
On time.
on a normal
Totally
time,
fine.
but I went with the guys to dinner, and she had another birthday at night, so she went home to get ready. She's on live on TikTok, and I'm at dinner with a bunch of guys, so I'm, like, scrolling on my TikTok,
Yeah.
and actually, I might have gotten a notification, I don't know, but I went on Caroline's live and I started commenting, and at first when you saw it was just me,
Yeah.
it was actually fine, and then I said, "Jack, your girlfriend's so cute, look, she's on TikTok," or whatever I said, that was so cringy,
Yeah,
that's not
totally
what I
fine.
said.
Look, your
So
girlfriend.
cute. Like you're a child.
Yep.
Um, and so Jack went on and we were commenting together, and maybe one other person did, I don't remember, it might
Mhm.
have I think it was just me and Jack, but who knows?
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, I could tell in your face on the live that you were instantly, like, embarrassed. So right away, I was like, "Wait, guys, let's get off." And, like, we got off, and I felt, like, bad about it, and then I was like, "Okay, whatever." Went on with the night, and then it was just me, Ethan, Jack, maybe one other person at my apartment after, and I guess you and him were on the phone, and I heard him say something like, "No, we weren't," or "It's fine," or
Yeah.
"You're fine," or something, and I was like, I knew she was upset about that. I was like, I
Sobbing.
knew she was upset about that, and I was like and he was like, "She's fine, she's killing it," and I was with first of all, I was like,
He's so
"You're the
sweet.
best."
Yeah.
Then I was like, "No," in my head, I'm like, "I am a girl, I know exactly what she thought. She thought we were all at dinner making
Being
fun of her,
fun.
1,000,000%, because that is where my mind would have gone."
Totally.
And I texted you, and I hope that
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
was
Super
good?
helpful.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I texted you, but I'm curious if now, fast forwarding, if because you have more validation, you're just more comfortable now with your community and having a platform, like,
Yeah.
do you still get that feeling of like, "Oh, someone from high school just entered the chat," or like anything like that?
I do sometimes with certain people, but the worst is, like, when someone comes up to me, like, at a bar, like, having not seen them forever, like, "Oh my god, you're all over my For You page."
Do you know that happens to me all the time?
I'm like,
I'm like,
"I
"Can you
didn't."
at least give me a compliment about
It's
it?"
like, one, like it's like, I'm not controlling the algorithm. I'm not shoving my get readies with me
Oh,
down
do
your
they
throat.
say it in like an annoyed way?
Like, I mean, I'm sure it's not in an annoying way, but I'm perceiving
You're
it that
taking it
way
that
because
way.
I'm only human, you know, like,
I don't like when it's just, "You're all over my furry page," and it's not
period.
followed up with like,
With
"I love
anything.
it."
Or you can't like, just anything, but that sometimes makes me, like, a little like, "Ah," or like
It's like a reminder that other people are watching when you're creating the content. We're also in such a not a bubble, but, like, we surround ourselves with other creators, so it
totally.
feels, like, normal to us, but, like, the thought of other people watching it for a millisecond is like, "Ah, eek,"
Yeah.
but, like, not enough to make me ever stop.
No, totally, and I think I've just, like it's forced me to, like, grow up in that regard of, like, okay, what if they send in your group chat, like, it's a 2 sentence back and forth, like, no one's really harping on, like, if my concealer looked a little too yellow for my skin tone.
Dude,
Like,
I
you know?
started kind of loving it.
Like,
I after I released my first few YouTube videos, I felt like such a badass for not giving a fuck, and that's because I was so supported by the people I
builds you so much
care
confidence.
about. The fact that I was able to do it and not care who shared it, whatever, built so much confidence that then I launched a podcast and then I did this and it
Yeah.
all snowballs where then when like TikTok was a thing, I didn't even think twice about starting because I was like, I know my first few videos are gonna be cringe, but like I've done this before. Like
Yeah,
it's you feel so much more confident as a person.
exactly, and now I feel like now that I'm starting to, like, do YouTube too, like, I don't even second guess anything. Like, I could give less of a fuck now,
Literally.
like, because 'cause I've, like, built that
100%.
confidence.
Okay. So back to the consultation of it all, what because my thing with you is I think you are the most authentic gift of the gab person. It's just like it's a talent genuinely of your personality that like I know we were talking about before, like too much.
Yeah.
It's because other people feel like I'm not enough. Like when I look at you, I'm like, I wish I had more of that like personality that people might call too much, but it's just like it's too much what? Too much personality? Like
Right.
it's just a lot of personality and like that is why people love you so
And
much.
that's rewarded on platforms like TikTok where it's like, the crazier the better. Like, let's get fucking zany.
No,
Like, you know what I
literally.
mean? Like, if you're a dry piece of toast, no one cares.
But then it's like also let's not make it inauthentic and like me start talking
Right.
like you because
Right.
you know what I mean?
No, totally. But it's also okay, you know when you're when you start working at a new company and you don't know the tone of voice and you
Yes.
can't help but, like, mimic your manager's emails,
Yes.
like, it's
You
totally
adapt.
it's totally okay, and, like, I mean, like, you already have, like, an established voice, but I think for someone who's just starting out, it's totally kosher to, like, emulate someone else's format or, like I mean, don't copy and paste them, but, like, you should be taking inspiration.
You're so right though, because I think there's so much pressure to be
Like, no one's so
so
unique.
this is my problem. Sometimes I'm too strategic. Like I'm a
Okay.
strategic girl in general. Like I would love to like run a business one day. Like I also come from PR. So like
Mastermind Taylor Swift, 100%.
no, literally.
Literally.
So I can't help but sometimes almost study other people's TikToks, but like almost to a fault where it's like just be yourself. Like, let's stop like trying to find what content's gonna work and like what's gonna be the thing when like clearly just being yourself is rewarded. But then when you say,
No.
okay, so I'm just gonna be myself,
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
right? It's like, but
Yeah.
then you get out of your head and everything's fine. And clearly, like
Yeah.
my fucking naked neighbor happens. I didn't think about
Right,
that. Like
exactly.
once you're just being yourself and living, it all clicks. But it's like you have to have a niche. You have to
I
be, it's like all the
I
things.
know, and I feel like I accidentally came across beauty, like,
Well, you're genuinely passionate about it.
totally, but I didn't come out of the womb, like, knowing how to do makeup, I just enjoy it.
No, but same
But
with my stuff, like,
right.
it started with on YouTube, I'm gonna try breath work, I'm gonna try meditation, and now it's, like, my personality, but, like,
Yeah.
it's not it all started with, like, I'm trying
Curiosity.
yes, exactly, and it still is, like, I'm genuinely curious about, like, just, like, being the best version of myself in every way while hustling and living in New York City, which is, like, feral, like, it's
It's
hard.
so feral here. I know, and also I feel like living in New York, you're just inherently comparing yourself because there's so many people just thriving here, and you can't help but look at the other people and be like,
Every time I get my period, it's, "Why not me?"
"Yeah,
And it's, like, so it's so hard to admit sometimes because it feels so vulnerable or just, like, vain almost, but it's like when you're patient and been creating authentically for 4 years, you can't help but get your period and say, "Why not me?"
no, 100%." Like,
Okay, so consult me.
yeah, I feel like it's almost it's like we were saying to one another, like, anything can be anything, and I feel like we were having conversation about, like, "You could try this, you could try that," and you were had, like, a lot of, like, not excuses, but you're like, "Oh, this won't work because of X," and it's like, "But
100%.
what if we just tried?"
Mhm.
You know?
Because which this is I am so for the advice of, like, pick your platform and go all in, and that's what you did, and now you're branching out,
Yeah.
and that's what I did with YouTube,
Mhm.
but it's
I
such a long
I
game.
truly cannot believe that you started on YouTube solely. I didn't realize that.
I didn't start anything else till 2 years later.
So were you doing just sit down dedicated videos at first, no vlogging?
I was trying out workout classes,
Mm.
and then during the pandemic, I was doing all the online workout, breath work, whatever challenges, and then I started vlogging consistently when I went part-time and was working at Rumble, and, like, I thought my life was, like, very
It is
interesting, and, like,
interesting.
I was, like, hustling, trying to do this, but also it was really like, it was great content, like,
Yeah,
around New York City in a unique job situation, and then I started doing everything else because I had the time, and then
exerted.
I'm too overexerted where I still think, like, I'm really efficient and get it all done, and, like, I still think I make good content, but it's hard to do like, I almost wish I wasn't so passionate about multiple platforms because if you could go all in on, like imagine me with all of the
The passion and time and energy, like,
in
going all in on one thing,
in just
100%.
TikTok because that's so much in my for me,
It's a
so
very
much
rewarding
and
platform.
so much easier than YouTube. Like, if I took the energy I had going all in on YouTube on TikTok,
Right.
but then you get burnt out
You really do get burnt out.
because
And
it's like 3 to 5 times a day as opposed to, like, 1 video a week.
yeah, and also, like, even though I didn't start on YouTube, you're always gonna have just, like, a deeper relationship with your community via long form. I feel so much more invested in like, my favorite creator is Jason Marie Smith. I feel so invested in her life because every week I sit my ass down on the couch on Sunday, and she has not been posting as consistently lately. It's it's
She's
ruining me.
probably because she's on
She's
tour.
busy, totally.
She's busy.
Yeah, no shade, no tea, but I saw her last night. But, like, I'm so invested in her short form content because I know all the behind the scenes, and that's, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't really get that just posting on TikTok.
I'm overwhelmed.
I know.
But that's kinda why I love the podcast.
Yeah.
But the podcast is the worst algorithm. So now it's like, okay, in order to grow your podcast, you kind of have to make videos. And it's like, wait, this was great because it was an audio only platform, but now to
I
grow it, you need to be
know.
doing video,
Well, I
which is fine for me because I do that all day at Dear Media. So like I'm like, what is it called? It's like second nature for me
yeah,
to like turn out a podcast video because I do it
100%.
all day, but it's a lot of work.
But even okay, like, when you are juggling multiple platforms, it's really easy just to see everything as content because you have so much content to make and so many,
Totally.
like, spaces to fill. I'm like what I'm struggling with right now is, like, not, like, doing something really awesome or aesthetic or fun or sweet and not documenting it.
I kind of love that though. Because every time I say, "Oh my god, I should be filming this," I'm like, "Wait, good for you for
For
not."
not I know.
And it's such a healthier mindset to check yourself and be like, "Wait, this is so amazing because one day I'll have this memory and I won't have to think like I had the camera
Right.
out the whole time." Like, it is
Exactly.
kind of nice to not have everything
Totally.
filmed, especially when it comes to, like, your boyfriend. Like, I never want it's such, like, a sacred thing to me, and I
Mhm.
never want to, like, exploit it or like, Ethan's literally the funniest. Like,
He's so fucking
the
funny.
way we would blow up
I
if
know.
I had him just
He just needs to quit his job, Jen. I think that's the real
the way I've asked him to quit to go travel vlog with me so many times. Could you not see that for us?
No, 100%. He's
Would
so crunchy.
would we not, like,
He'd kill it. I need you in braids.
us travel
You should go
vlogging?
on The Amazing Race.
Okay. I never watched.
It's travel vlogging on steroids. It's a reality show, but
Wait, is it, like, fitness?
it's I
What's
mean,
the race?
there's physical challenges. So it's
Like, do
basically
I have to be, like, fit?
kind of
Oh, I'm
you're fit.
just because I go to a workout class doesn't mean I'm, like, have the strength to do, like, a marathon or something.
It's nothing like that, but it's you're traveling around the country and it's like
Doing what?
you're
It's
doing
like
like
Fear Factor stuff?
a little bit.
Uh,
Okay. But that could make good television. Sometimes I just wish that I don't wish to be single, but, like,
oh my god, all the time I wanna go on Love
I just
Island.
wanna be on Love is
No,
Blind.
literally, all the time. We're the same with
I know,
that.
I literally
Attention whores.
me and Jack are watching Love is Blind, I'm like, "Ugh,
Go to
I'd kill this."
Temptation Island.
I've actually never watched Love is Island L
It's okay.
Love Island.
No, go to Temptation Island. Have you ever gone? I mean,
Have you not as of late, not recently.
have you ever watched? You couples go on and they get split up into houses with a bunch of singles of the other gender, and, like, you get
Mm.
tempted and you see if you stay together and you see
Oh,
videos of the other person. I would not be okay.
okay, but the past
Never would I
8
ever.
years of your life have been Temptation Island. No?
No. Maybe for
I mean, no, because you guys have been
We're
through
in the
just,
same
like
school.
you've been through every life phase together. We're like
But the point of that show is to date. Like, you have to go
oh,
on dates. You're literally forced to, like, date other people.
oh.
So, I don't know about him, but I haven't been doing
Yeah,
that.
no, not no, no, no.
Okay, what were we saying? Consultation. Let's wrap it up.
Yes. Well, I feel like
We
with
gotta
you, we were talking about how you're so strategic, which is amazing, but it
my
also
biggest flaw too.
no, but it also I feel like it might keep you from doing things because not to put words in your mouth, but I feel like you might be fixated on, like, the right way to do things or, like,
Mhm.
waiting until, like, the right moment or, like, maybe this would be best when I'm in, like, X location, you just need to, like,
So what should I do?
just
What are
raw
your
dog it,
like,
and
what?
I would love to see you do some get ready with me's. And it doesn't need to be like, "Get ready with me for the mall." Like, it can be way more casual,
I
like
kinda wanna see Ethan do have you seen the joke ones? It's like, "Get ready with me to take a shit."
Oh,
Like, I need Ethan to do that.
I mean, you're very funny too,
No,
but he's
he's
just like
next level.
he's like something
I
else.
also feel like you may not know I'm funny unless we're bantering. Like, it's very
Yeah,
hard to show my sense of humor talking to the camera.
it's
Actually,
funny.
I think it comes across,
I
but
think no, I think you're very natural in that way where you can just be, like, naturally funny, but I have surprised myself about, like, how fine I feel on camera with Jack
I
there.
don't see how funny I am.
I'm just so fucking no, no. But, like, I thought like, I think when he used to be, like, filming and like, if he was in front of me when I was filming something, I would get, like, a little,
Same.
like, "Ee."
Living together changes that,
But
right?
now, like, I feel like he's in a lot of my videos in the back and, like, I love when he's in
But do
them.
you think that goes back to the validation of now having a community or oh,
Maybe it is, I don't know.
subconsciously maybe?
I think subconsciously it might because, of course, like, you feel more confident creating something when
Yes.
you know at least someone's gonna see it, good
And
lord. I mean, we knock on every
no,
surface. The
literally.
algorithm can knock me on my ass
And,
next week,
like,
but
brand deals are coming, like, we're
yeah,
like, legit now, so
yeah. But, I mean, it could all go away in an instant, who
yeah,
knows?
TikTok's getting banned. It should be
Hee
fun. Let's round up. You wanna see me do Get Ready With Me's, that's it?
No! Oh my she's so harsh. No, no, I'm kidding. Like, I just want you to try, like, other formats that you think might not be for you.
I know, but what? I guess that's where I'm like, I wanna try new things, but what?
I feel like often you might be vlogging your whole day,
Mhm.
but can you vlog something smaller and get more detailed? Like, instead
Example.
of, like, us walking, like, point A to point B, like, I'm gonna sound like Lauren from Skinny Confidential, but, like,
No,
can we get,
please.
like, so specific about your morning routine? Like, not just like, "Oh, I pour my greens." Like, I want
Are you talking
more.
about TikTok?
Yes.
Okay, because on YouTube, I get
Right.
very specific.
Exactly. And, like, I feel like instead of, like, maybe filming a whole day, I wanna see, like,
Me doing one of the things and talking about it?
yeah, like, for a while.
Huh.
And also, I like long content on TikTok. I'm strapped in. Like, give me 3 minutes, give me 7 minutes.
Just talking while you're doing something?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I like putting my phone down when I'm doing my skincare at night
I know
and
you
feel like
do.
I'm hanging out with someone.
I know.
No, like, I like watching people's content when I'm doing my own skincare, because
Oh.
that's like a 7-minute to do. It's like a baby podcast.
Yeah, I guess I'm just always like, "Oh, I should film right now," and then it's like, "Okay, what do I say?"
I
You know what I
know.
mean? Where
Yeah.
you're just like, you always have something to say. Okay, so we're getting Get Ready With Me's and we're getting specific, talking about one thing I'm doing.
Yes, and
Okay.
I just want you to pick up your camera and literally say anything and not
I
overthink
know,
it.
I think
And
it's
it
'cause
doesn't
I
need to be
vlog.
tied to your niche.
I'm doing it while I'm vlogging. Oh, it's so
Mm,
hard.
'cause you're a
It's
lot
true.
more than wellness Jen.
I know.
And, like,
Like my whole yeah, I know.
there's a lifestyle girly just hiding in there waiting to come out.
I know, but, like, when am I ever doing my makeup? Never.
It doesn't have to be product driven, but I feel like I want you to give yourself permission to, like, to talk about other things.
To stop giving a fuck. I'll
Yeah.
say it.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah, like, if you're no, you're right.
Say it.
I was just gonna say, like, if you're going to dinner with someone, like, you're talking about the whole thing.
Totally. We're talking about everything. And, like, that's, like even when I do follow someone for a certain aspect that they're sharing with me, I always want more. I you know?
Yeah. It feels like I'm starting from scratch again.
Not in that regard, but it's like
I like
it's not
hearing
but, it's and.
yeah. Okay. Love you all. We're gonna do another episode,
Yeah.
for sure,
Mhm.
because this was very social driven,
I
and there's
know. I wasn't expecting that from us.
okay, next time it'll be way more, like, girl chat, not social driven, but this was a good therapy session for
I
me.
know. Oh, I'm so glad. And
Okay.
this is a big ego boost for me, Jen. You're so sweet.
Okay, love you. You'll be back on the podcast many
Yes.
times. Shout yourself out. Where can everyone find you?
I would say the one like, the platform that I have, like, the best community on and put the most energy into is TikTok, and that's caro__beth.
Caro Beth everywhere.
Yes.
YouTube,
Rubber boots are sold.
Instagram, TikTok.
Mhm.
It's Caro Beth everywhere.
Every yeah.
This was unhinged, but I kind of love it.
Yes.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.